Hi, my name is Lucy Lopez. I'd like to welcome you and introduce you to my blog. This blog is for anyone who wants to be happy. If you're such a person, and I'm hoping that you are, I'm certain you will find something here that will help you toward the realization of your goal. You know, one of the sad things about our socialization is that we've become somewhat embarrassed to admit that we want to be happy. It feels safer and socially more agreeable to admit to wanting to be successful, financially independent, spiritually awakened, or socially or environmentally more conscious. Wanting to be happy, on the other hand, is likely to be perceived as immature, even childish. What we fail to recognize, however, is that if we're seeking success, wealth, higher social consciousness, spiritual transcendence, the perfect relationship, or anything else for that matter, including misery, it's because we believe it will make us happy. A simple fact that we really need to be mature enough to acknowledge and accept about ourselves. Everything we do in life, without exception, is done because of our conscious or unconscious belief that it will, directly or indirectly, make us happy or happier. I made a decision some years ago that I wanted to be happy. Since then, I have been learning what it means to be happy, how to find happiness, or rather, how to allow it, what gets in the way of my happiness, and how personal and spiritual development helps me reconnect with my naturally happy and joyous nature. I created this blog to share my insights and understandings, as well as my research and study of things related to happiness. I know that there are many people like me who also want to be happy and who could do with some help. This blog is just for you. One of my greatest passions is helping people experience happiness, not as an episodic, high-energy event, but as an enduring and peaceful state of being. I do this by focusing on three things: happiness, the nature of mind, and self-awareness through personal and spiritual growth. You will find that most of the posts in my blog revolve around one or more of these themes. Why these themes? Because it is by encountering the mind in a direct and personal way that you become truly self-aware. And it is in this self-awareness that you experience your natural self, that which is joyous, limitless, peaceful, powerful, and free. You may be wondering if, by focusing on these three themes, I may be neglecting some of the things that preoccupy almost all of us, such as wealth and financial independence, loving relationships, successful careers, and health. Let me assure you that these things are very much in the forefront of my mind, both personally and in my work as a mentor and writer. What I share with you in this blog reflects how I have come to see that all these things are the outcomes rather than the causes of happiness. Happy people, as you may have observed, are generally more likely to succeed in their personal and professional endeavors. They're more likely to attract abundance into their lives, even when they don't consciously desire it, and they're more likely to enjoy good health and thriving relationships. Am I saying that unhappy people never succeed, never achieve financial independence, or never have good health? No, many do, but they do so through struggle and effort rather than ease and joy. It is as if they're battling with life, battling with themselves. And even when they do achieve all they've set out to achieve, they remain unhappy, discontented, restless, empty, and dare I say it, even bored. In other words, they have failed to recognize a fundamental truth, that we all desire happiness, which is ultimately who and what we naturally are. failure to recognize this truth results in pursuing things that we believe will make us happy, rather than actually being happy, being how we naturally are. Let's be honest. Which would you prefer? Being happy and allowing your happy self to guide you towards creative, life-affirming endeavors, or pursuing wealth, a particular lifestyle, a special relationship, and a certain career in the hope that you will find your happiness in them? I know which I prefer, and if you asked most so-called successful people, including Bill Gates, they will tell you that none of their accomplishments or acquisitions contributed in any meaningful or sustaining way to their happiness, presuming, of course, that they happen to be happy. In my blog, I encourage people to recognize this fundamental truth about themselves and their ultimate motivation in life, which is to be happy. Happiness, which I believe is our natural state, has built into it all sorts of wonderful things, such as peace, power, love, freedom, limitlessness, creativity, health, wealth, and interconnectedness. Now, these are some of the sub-themes that I pick up in my blog. For your convenience, I have made a list of all the posts you will find in this blog. I encourage you to read them and leave a comment, please, not just in the recent posts, but even in the older ones. You see, your comments are always useful feedback for me, and they also give other readers points of perspective which they can mull over. There is one final but important point that I want to make. Because of the interrelated nature of all of creation, it is simply impossible to seek happiness for yourself without seeking it for, or at least sharing it with, others. Now, initially, in our personal and spiritual journey towards happiness, most of us are unable to see beyond our personal goals, desires, and interests. There's nothing wrong with this. It is perfectly understandable and reasonable. However, the nature of our interconnectedness compels us to serve. It is in service that we experience more fully and profoundly our natural state of happiness, who and what we truly are. Mother Teresa described service as love in action. When we are in tune with our natural state of happiness, we're able to love freely and fully. We're able to put love in action. This blog recognizes and encourages our natural desire to serve others as a vital part of our personal and spiritual development. Well, that's all I want to say for now. I wish you the supreme and unsurpassable encounter with your true nature, that of happiness, love, freedom, and limitlessness.